Hello everyone. In this video we're going to discuss how to find cheap flights and how to find cheap flights to your destination in the time period that you're looking for. Later in the video I have several other tips that might help many of you as well, so stick with me if you can. Here we go. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about finding flights and finding flights on the days that you want to travel. Finding cheaper flights if you're interested in saving a little bit of money, and we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. And whatever you think of Google, they've got a very useful google.com travel/flights, and they give you a lot of information, easy to track down, find out when your flights are, what airlines fly those routes, and the cheaper days, that type of thing. And you can do flights, hotels, all different things as well. Right off the bat, one interesting thing is you can go to the button up here. It says Explore if you've got some flexibility. And I put Los Angeles in here, but plug your number in here, your city, and I put one way in, one person economy. Now another thing is that if you put a group of people here, the airline will try to group you all together, and you might not get the cheapest flight because they'll give you all the same ticket price essentially. If you do it individually, you might find cheaper prices for at least some of you, because you aren't bunched as a group. And then if you want, after you've booked your flights, you can call the airline and ask them if they can connect all your group together. So then you can maybe sit together. If there's various changes along the way, you can go as a group. Anyway, Explore gives you prices. Whoops, this is in Philippine pesos. I thought I changed that to US dollars. There we go. All right, US dollars. I'm doing that. I'm in the Philippines today, and it gives you domestic flights. And this might not include all airlines. Not all airlines are registered with Google. So some of your lower cost airlines, for instance, like El Paso, might be $40 or $50, something like that, instead of $91. So sometimes you have to search a little bit further, but you've got filters. We'll get a little more into filters a little later, but the number of stops, any, non-stop only, one, two stops or fewer. And travel mode, you can set the prices that you're interested in, duration, number of airlines here, and bags. And interesting, they only list carry-on bags here, but we can do that later once you get closer to picking a flight for yourself. Anyway, we're talking about, a lot of my subscribers are thinking about flying to Southeast Asia. And I did a search a couple months ago using this, and it was actually cheaper, for instance, to fly from the US. If I was going to Italy, for instance, it was cheaper to fly into, I believe, England, London, and then fly to Italy instead of flying directly to Italy. So some of the things that you can look at using this, the differences in flights. Anyway, a lot of my subscribers are thinking about Southeast Asia at this point in time, Philippines in particular, and gives you an idea of the flights. Davao City, down in Mindanao, Manila, up in Luzon, quite a bit cheaper, and Boracay, popular tourist destination here. Cebu City, 390. So very close to the Manila. I really don't like the Manila airport. Flown in and out of there once, that was enough. There is an airport, Angeles City, that has some, yeah, Angeles up here, which is always an option as well. Porto Galera down here, that is a popular scuba diving, snorkeling area. Tagaytay near the Taal volcano. Anyway, didn't see, sometimes you can fly, for instance, maybe you would fly to uh, Taiwan, for instance. Maybe you'd fly to Taiwan and then fly to the Philippines, but you aren't really going to save anything there. So not in this case anyway. So let's go to flights. Mactan International Airport. That's the only airport here. 390 to Cebu City. Let's click on that, see what it gives us. You can click on any of these and it'll give you some information. Prices are currently low, 102 cheaper than usual for your search. Air Canada, 370. Asiana Airlines, 408. Korean Air, 422. I've flown, I think Asiana, I think I took from here to Vietnam, I believe. Korea, I've taken to the USA. And back here, very happy with the Korean Air. And the nice thing here, you can click on the date up here, and you can see 2 months at a time. You can see prices underneath the date on each month is the price that they show up. So you can, if you're flexible, you can sit and pick a flight. And this is in September. What I have read, I don't know how accurate it is that if you're booking international flights, 2 to 8 months in advance are your best options, cheaper options generally. So we're in May, June, July. Let's look at July here. Boy, pretty consistent. 404, pretty consistent. 408 all the way even into August, July and August. Going to June. Yeah, more expensive. They drop quite a bit once you get a couple months out. So let's get out of that. Let's just go forward a little bit and see what else we see. 408, 390s, September. Some in the 400s there. This is one way again. And October. Boy, it's amazing. They got that much information even that far out. December. Of course, December, the holidays. A lot of Filipinos that work all over the world. Overseas Filipino workers come back in later November and December, January to visit friends, partake in the Christmas celebrations, and yeah, prices go up during the Christmas holiday season and even into the new year. They stay pretty consistent. With the drop in fuel prices, you may see flight prices drop more here in coming months. We'll just have to wait and see. Here again, your filters, your airlines. You can see the list of airlines. You can uncheck if you don't want to use some of these. I know a number of people don't want to fly into China, and they'll uncheck those. EVA Air, I've used EVA Air, a number of you have before, and pretty good airline. JAL, I've had subscribers use that. They're happy flying into Japan first. Number of bags, carry-on, there we go. Price range, you can set your price range, times, emissions, if that's important to you, connecting airports, and you can start changing things. If you change different things here, it could change your prices down here, of course. And if you change, you go premium, economy, business, or first, of course that's going to change the price as well. And let's go down here. Top flights, Asiana Airlines coming in at 408. Starlux, they're a relatively new airline, flies out of LAX, and I've had a number of subscribers comment that they used them. They were happy with that airline. Korean Air, Philippine Airlines, they're all right in the same ballpark pretty much. China Airlines, that surprises me. They're the highest. Usually they show up as the lowest in past searches I've done. and then other flights as well. It tells you how many stops. These all have one stop. You can click on that and find out where the stop is. You get one free, and then additional details, one free carry-on, 2 free checked bags, 21 hours, 50 minutes, one stop, Incheon Airport, I believe, Incheon in Korea. Book with Justify. Never heard of them. Book with Flight Hub. Book with Trip.com. Book with Business Class Travel Agency. Bumps you up, but you get business class, I guess. And interesting, even gives you a price history. I would say that is a very good price. That's, I know years ago, 2016, I think my prices, actually no, they were right in that category. About $400 one way coming to the Philippines. You can change the language, location, and currency. Also tells you how long your layover is. 3 hours 45 minutes. You know, I like to allow at least that time. I don't like these real short layovers, just in case there's a delay. But they'll rebook you if you're delayed, I think. One stop, 2 hours 15 minutes, 3 hours 20 minutes, 3 hours Taipei. China Airlines stops in Taipei. It's interesting. It said to China. Philippine Airlines stops in Manila. Korean Airlines Incheon, that makes sense. Starlux stops in Taipei, Taiwan, I believe. I think about a 3 hour flight from there, something like that, I think. 18 hours, 45 minutes total. Other flights, Air Canada, Philippine Airlines, another Starlux here. Philippine Airlines, ANA, and United, they're tied together going into Japan. EVA, Cathay Pacific, they'll drop into Hong Kong, one stop in Hong Kong, I'm sure. I know there are other sites you can check out: Momondo, Kayak, Skycanner, number of other, many others as well. I think those are some of the top ones. There are a couple of sites that will send you emails. They will search for the cheapest flights for you on your days, because not everything is listed like on Google or the other sites. They're not all registered. Newsletters, Going, Going, I think it's .com, I think, and the other one, Daily Drop Pro, I think. And each of them, I believe, still have a free limited section where you can get a certain amount of information for free, but you can also sign up for a paid version and they will email you cheap flights for the areas that you are interested in. A couple other things. I have read that sometimes it is cheaper if you're going to do a round trip, and you can do it from outside of the U.S. If you book a round trip from outside of the U.S., if you know you're coming back to the Philippines or Thailand, whatever, and you're outside of the U.S. and you book the round trip into the U.S. and back. I don't know if the same applies for other countries, Australia, Europe, Britain. I've read that. Not going to happen 100% of the time. Positioning flights is another option. It might be cheaper to fly out of a different airport than what you would normally take. If you can, go 100, 200 miles, something to a different airport, might find it cheaper to fly out of that airport. Depends on where you are. A lot of people say to do your booking and searching incognito mode or private mode on your browser, so they aren't tracking you and know who you are, using cookies and what you're searching for. A lot of people think that's accurate. Other people say it's not nearly as accurate as it used to be. And the last item that I have found online in my research is that usually prices jump. This is before the day you want to fly. 7 days. If you wait until 7 days before you want to leave to book your flight, it jumps. 14 days and 21 days. That's what information I found online. Of course, will depend upon a little bit on supply and demand and other factors as well, the economy. But anyway, keep those things in mind as you think about flying, and if you want to save a little bit of money. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.